Hey, welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay. I'm the car hauling dispatcher, and you are live on Auto Transport Intel on Tuesday nights live at 8 o'clock Central Time, and I'm in the repo lot. So this show is all about repo. Why is this show about repo? Well, Dave Williams is here with us, and me and Dave have a lot to say about booking and trying to pick up repo cars and what happens therein. You know, a lot of people don't deal with repo cars, but if you do, then you know what I'm talking about. So I want to say this before I get started in the show. I do want to welcome new folks. We've got new people coming in every week now, and let me tell you what's going to happen here. So we just started the show. It's 8 o'clock. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to start saying hello as the live chat starts to cook up. And it's already cooking up, and I love that. Thank you for joining the live chat. And then at about 10 minutes into the show, we're going to do industry news, which is basically stuff I got off of Facebook, memes, photos, news, whatever, car hauling stuff. And then we're going to do that for a while. Then I'm going to show off the, what do I got here? Oh, I got approved. Hey, awesome. And then 28 minutes in consultations and merch. So we'll do a little bit of plugging for the show, channel support, etc. And then 30 minutes in, we're going to talk to our featured interview of the night, which is Dave. Dave Williams of Clarksville Trucking. I'm really excited to talk to him more. I talk to him all the time, and I want to talk to him. So I talk to him during the day when I'm booking, and then I talk to him in the evening to have fun. Man, that guy's got to be sick of me. And also, if you're new to the show, you can check the replay summary. Listen, if you don't want to watch all this stuff, just do your slider up to the 30-minute mark. Or also in the descriptions, I'll try to put time code of the interviews so you can skip all the boring stuff and get to the meat of the matter. I had somebody ask me if I could please do that for them, and I get it, man. We're busy, and we don't have time for all the chit-chat and the riff-raff. All right, I get it. All right, so I do want to say welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me tonight. You guys know I work hard on this show. It's every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. So let's say hello. We got, of course, we got Dave Williams in the show. He's going to be on the show tonight. We got Dispatch Wife. Hey, what's up, Dispatch Wife? I think this is your first time in the live chat, and I think you and your husband have a business, and I think you caught the Car Hauling Dispatcher live show. I just started that a couple weeks ago, me and Dave doing, you know, I'm booking and he's driving, and I took it live to Facebook, which I'm really excited about that. I actually didn't have time to do it this week, but I'm going to kick that up again next week. So success to access. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Awesome. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate that. Good evening from Clarksville, Tennessee. Good evening, James. Welcome back to the show. Let me know how things are going for you. I do appreciate updates. That goes for anybody. If you've got something to send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Email me, whatever it is, funny stuff, important stuff, crazy stuff. I love to hear from you guys, and you can also go to my Facebook page as well. Mark Arnold, what's going on? Welcome to the show, Mark. I appreciate that. Thanks for saying hello. And Trucking Answers is with us. By the way, Mark, and we'll talk about this in a bit, but I was playing around. I was on your show the other day, and you gave me this really nice plug, and so I screen captured it, and I made a short video. Let me know if it's a 39-second video of you saying really nice things about me, and I'd like to use it as a show promo, and I'll premiere it tonight. I was just working on it today. Let me know if you think that's an interesting idea or a terrible idea. Vlad Zakharov, he's here. All right, so cool. And I know I messed up the last name. I'm sorry, man. But you were here last week, I believe. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I really do. Melissa, hello from the infamous South Florida. Thank you for coming back to the show. I appreciate your support. I really do. Brett Vitorini, hey, what's up, Brett? Prime time watching as always. Yes, I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Dave is a blast. Nick Flair, hey, what's up, man? You made it to the show. That's awesome. Cool. I appreciate that. I'm glad you made it. Trebor Lee, hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the show. I hope you enjoy this show. This is a pretty specific topic, so hopefully it, I don't know. Hopefully it lives up to whatever kind of teaser I've given it. I think it will. I got a lot to say. In fact, I'm gonna try and keep it cool. I got the Facebook watchdog society. You know, I got to make sure I keep it cool. I got YouTube to satisfy, so I got to keep it cool. So I'm gonna try not to flip my lid tonight, like I do on a regular basis. Peterbilt 379, what's going on? Welcome to the show, man. That's awesome. Thank you for saying hello. And as you know, I always encourage everybody to communicate amongst yourselves. If you have a question, I get new car haulers asking me questions every day. And I tell them to join the live chat and ask their questions. And so if you have a question, you're dying to get an answer, please put it in the chat. I'm very happy that this audience here has been really helpful, and I hope it stays that way, and I appreciate that. Buster Auto Transport, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's good to see you again. JC Smith's Project, what is going on? It's good to see you, man. I really appreciate it. Seth Burt, hey. All right, man. Ready for the best live show on YouTube. Oh, man, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, Mark. I really do. First time here, but you've been binge watching. Well, you know, I mean, it's either that or Mrs. Maisel. So, the amazing Mrs. Maisel, Kimberly and I were binge watching that, man. It was awesome. Have you thought about being a trucker? No, I have not thought about it. I'm not the trucker. I'm not on the road. I'm the desk guy. It's kind of my thing, and that's a good thing, because if I was on the road, there's no way I'd be able to pull this show off. Hey, what's up, Mike? Welcome back to the show. Chris Amos, Bulldog in the house. What's up? Autotransportintel@gmail.com. Sure, you want to see that? All right, so we'll do that tonight. So I always got to give an incentive to stick around and put up with the nonsense. So if you want to see the Trucking Answers teaser, I think you got to make it for, like, maybe we'll play it in like an hour. So yeah, something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Actually, you know what we'll do is we'll play it right before we go to Dave. At the top of this half hour, we'll play that. That'll be cool. What else we got there? All right, and thank you for that, Mark. Mike Jones, first time. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. There we go. See, we got the repo truck. Snow cone repo, Dave. Paul is with us from Max Premier Transport. Hey, what's up, Paul? David Skew, hello from Cleveland. Hello from Cleveland. Yeah, man. Lots of cars in Cleveland. Let's see. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That is a true statement. Ernest Martin, welcome back. Hey, what's up, Ernest? Good to see you. I'm seeing some lag over here on my end. Let me know if you guys are seeing any lag on your end. At the last second, actually, I was a little late coming live because I had the stream set up for Facebook Live. Rather, I had to switch it back over to YouTube, so who knows. Plus, oh, and I opened up, well, I closed my editing program, but, you know, this isn't the best laptop. Trevor, you've transported repos. Well, then I'm real glad you tuned on to the show, because I want to hear. I definitely want to. If you want to get a phone call at the end of this show, it's kind of I'm taking calls near the end of the show. If you want to talk about repo, let me know. You can send me an email, so you don't have to post your phone number. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. You can send me an email with your phone number, and I'll call you. By the way, I'm running late on industry news here in a second, so I'm gonna have to run to that. But that would be cool. IFG Transport, I'm the best. Well, thank you. That's cool. That is super cool. Hotshot Dave is with us. That's cool. Can you get repos without jumping through flaming hoops? You can't. That's crazy. FlamingHoopsDispatch.com. And oh, awesome, Victor, you made it back. Welcome back, Victor. That's cool. What company do I dispatch for? Clarksville Trucking. And oh, your dad is a car hauler. Oh, cool, awesome. And you know what? This is a family show. We keep expanding into. You know, I talk to brokers. I talk to car shipping customers. Hey, man, if you're the son of a car hauler and you want to tune into the show, this is that kind of show. You are welcome here. So I've had my son in the live chat a couple times, so this is a family show. This is a family industry. Welcome to the show. You've been watching for a while. Just introduced my channel to the dispatchers at the office. Oh, speaking of, I believe we have a couple dispatchers from Ready Logistics tonight. So that's pretty cool. So awesome. All right, I'm at the bottom of the live chat. It is now time to get to industry news. So let's do that. What do we got cooking tonight in the industry news? All right, well, I like to start off with something just kind of nice and easy. All right, I'm a trucker because I'm far too sexy to wear a suit and tie. All right, so that's a true statement. Dad, can trucking make you a millionaire? Yeah, son, if you're a billionaire. True statement. Marty, I just got back from 2060. I-35 is still under construction. Probably a true statement. Dispatch says, sorry to hear about your death, but we need you to run this load to Denver, then we'll route you home for the funeral. Probably a true statement. It's pretty funny. Dang it. See, I cleaned that up. I try to clean it up. I got YouTube and Facebook and all kinds of... You've heard of people getting censored? I don't need all that. I got a show to run. Need help? What is the best 40-foot trailer out there? Low Trail, Big Tex, Max D, PJ. All right, that was an actual question. They actually wanted to know. If you have an opinion on this, love to hear that in the live chat, or if you're watching this after the fact, leave it in the comments below. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button yet, feel free to do so. All right, so there's that. Okay, this is an actual text from an actual, I don't know. Hey, you can give me a quote with that information. Okay, what's the most you can pay? First, LOL, are you going to give me a quote or not? I thought that was pretty funny. I believe that's real. I believe that's real. And I believe somebody might need to charge their phone soon. Jack Cooper bought Salland. I suppose that could be true. I saw that in Facebook. Oh, we got a bunch of texts coming in here. Now in the news. Hello, radio. Dave always says that. Exclusive luxury transport. What's up, M. Fields? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate that. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, anybody know these steps? Somebody knows these steps. These are the steps. The long steps. The arduous steps. Where? Anybody? Anybody? Mannheim, Statesville. You are correct. This is a selfie. That's kind of cool. It's a truck selfie. That takes talent. That is not an easy shot to get, I can assure you. That's a good picture. It's very interesting. Make, you know, be a good art gallery or something. All right. Now I know somebody knows what that is. In fact, I'll bet there's somebody that knows what model of trailer did that. Or truck. I don't know. Must be the steps getting to your authority. That is a good one, JC. You prefer Load Max? Oh, Dave. He's got a heart of gold. Dave Williams. You know, man, I got to tell you, I'm just going to switch the screen here for a second and we will come back. Dave Williams is, he's a fantastic guy. A not really extremely knowledgeable driver. And a veteran of trucking, and has, you know, has all of those beliefs, feelings, and attitudes that we all in trucking, you know, we hope for and that we actually have. And I really appreciate working with Dave, and it's such a pleasure to have you on the show tonight, Dave, and talk to you in about 15 minutes. So that was super kind. Thanks for doing that. The super chats are extremely welcome and appreciated, so thanks, man. All right, I'm going to switch it back to, okay, so there it is, man. I'm sure that dealership loves that. I wonder if it affected, like, their internet or anything. So, somebody goes, well, I guess the driver picked up his car. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, that is not how you strap a tire, by the way. What else we got here? Okay. That is a problem. Is it a problem? I think that's a problem. Yeah, I think that's a problem. I just share that, you know, you see, this is the stuff you see on Facebook all the time, these maintenance problems. They're interesting. And you know what? If you're a car shipping customer and you think that you're tapping your foot because your hairdresser is, you're gonna get like the $200 hairdo today, and you got to get to the hairdresser, and and you want to maybe get an extra painting hung on the wall. I don't know. All right, that's ridiculous. But you know what's ridiculous is not understanding what drivers go through every day. I mean, man, these guys work hard, and they got to put up with unpredicted BS constantly, taking money out of their pocket. So next time the driver's 15 minutes late, just be cool. All right? All right, cool. All right, cool, Trevor. All right, cool. So, Trevor, I'm going to make a note here. See, I got all kinds of keyboards here because I'm a dispatcher, and I am going to give you a call. All right. Now, don't let me mess that up, Trevor. It's probably going to be, everybody knows how long this show goes. It'll probably be an hour and a half, something like that. So just hang in there, and message retracted. What is that? YouTube? Hey, what's up? Whoop. Good to see you in here. Gonna hit the $ sign on the right and help out Jay's show. Well, thank you, Dave. So that's the super chat. There's two ways to contribute to this show. You can either do a super chat, although YouTube takes 30%, but it's totally cool. Or you can PayPal me. You can actually go to paypal.me/autotransportintel. Or just go to PayPal and autotransportintel@gmail.com. Oh, man, Ernest Martin, you're a peach too, man. Ernest has already contributed to the show, as has Dave. And yet, I know it's from the kindness of your heart, and that you believe in what I'm doing, that you that you want to help support me, and I know that it's truly helpful, and it's a gesture, and it's an encouragement, and I really appreciate that. That is super cool. I gotta say, I know that this is a different kind of show, but I think it's one that's needed, and I think it's got a long life ahead of it, so I hope to keep it going. Speaking of, what do we got here? When you stop in traffic and the guy behind you doesn't stop, and he really won't fit on your trailer. That sucks, man. It's kind of funny, and actually it really sucks. Like, that really sucks, man. Like, you need that problem. Oh, should have planned for a dispatch wife. All right, that is 3. Thank you so much for, we haven't talked, although you guys, again, I think it was car hauling dispatch live on Facebook, and I think you guys said hello. If you have a question and there's something I can do for you, please let me know. You can email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com, or check out the Facebook live show. I will go live again next week, although it may not happen till after my next Tuesday night's live show. But, yeah, please let me know what I can do for you. Thanks so much for contributing to the show. I really, really appreciate it. More messages retracted. But we got Brett Viterini. So, thank you, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support, you guys. I really do. Hey, what's up, Charles Dyer from Georgia? Very cool. Thanks for joining the show. We got something going on here tonight. Okay, so I'm going to move on from this trailer. That's depressing. Man, that stinks, dude. Right? And I'm guessing it's his car. Because Brett Viterini, there he is, man. Brett, thank you so much, Brett. Oh, man. I wonder why the blue lines. I wonder what that... I saw that once before. But Brett, if there's another question I can answer for you, or and this goes for Dispatch Wife too, if there's a search that you want to talk about, that's one of the things. I started doing this show because, man, I've done more searches than... I can't believe how many load searches I've done. I've only been dispatching for 6 years, and I've dreamed about dispatching. No, it's terrible. I've done too many searches. So because of that, if I can help you do a search and take a look at, if I give you advice on a broker, on a car, on a route, whatever, let me know. I'm happy to help you guys. Oh, cool. Success to Access. You're from Georgia too. The info so far has been so helpful. Appreciate that. So I've tried to pay it forward, and it sounds like it's helped you, and that's awesome. So I really appreciate that. By the way, don't do that with your car. So here's what I said next. Now, does anybody know if this works? Pops a dent. I mean, it ain't gonna work on that, right? But maybe for little dents, maybe like that, maybe it'll work on that. By the way, how are you even gonna deliver with that? I read in Facebook somebody thought maybe he backed into one of those big red Walmart balls. Kind of does look like that. I don't know. You're ready for the show, car shipper. Welcome to the show, Joe. That's cool, man. Vinny from Viper Transport is with us too. Hey, what's up, Vinny? Thanks for joining in, bro. What else we got here? Okay, I'm conflicted about this photo. I don't want to like jump on some kind of bully train or whatever. But health is an issue, and it is helpful when we talk about health. And so that's what kind of, I guess what somebody was trying to say is the ATA is so worried about the ELD they forgot to talk about health issues. And that, anyways, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to move on. I thought this was a really interesting picture. Man, that's a crazy pic, right? That's not something you want to see. You do not want to load up with a bunch of new cars and then be caught in a hailstorm. That is not a good time. In fact, that's a show, man. I think hailstorm. I think what to do in a hailstorm. I think I've got that. Something about that. I'm going to write that anyways. Hailstorm. Be a good show. Anybody out there got a hailstorm they want to talk about? All right. Those dent pillars work on only minor dents. Yeah. Like on toys. Right, or something. I thought this was pretty cool. This is an oil report. Now, I don't really see this kind of stuff very often, but it looked like it's from an app, so sure, why not? An oil report on an app, why not? Okay, and that's right. That's a reminder. If you've got stuff you think I should see, Vinny sent me this. Thank you, Vinny. I'm glad you're here to see this. Vinny says that on Cars Arrive, and you can see the little image there. Do you see that little image icon in the load there, right? Okay, a little mountainous thingy mabobber. Well, I guess Cars Arrive now added images onto their loads on their load board. I did not know that. That's news to me. So I guess look for that. I think that's fantastic. I wish Central Dispatch would do that, but then they'd have to raise the rate $100 a month, and we don't want that. So anyways, thank you, Cars Arrive, for thinking of the car hauler and adding features that help car haulers. We really appreciate that, Cars Arrive Network. That was very nice of you, and thanks again for thinking of the car hauler. Wish all the load boards would do that. All right, and also, I think this is the final slide. The FMCSA, you guys know about the GATS, right? The Great American Truck Show in Dallas next week. I think it starts at the end of this week, in a couple days. The FMCSA is going to have an hours of service open forum to talk about potential changes, regulations, the fact that it makes people crazy, and then they have to try out these cheap ELD egg timers that don't work, and then people freak out. Like dispatchers drinking all the Kool-Aid. So anyways, you might want to check that out if you make it to GATS. Okay, oh man, 8:26. Dude, I'm ahead of schedule. That's pretty sweet. I told you that at 28 minutes we would do consultations and merch, and since we have an extra minute, we're going to do, let's go ahead and do, let's watch this Trucking Answers. Who wants to see the Trucking Answers promo? All right, so you got a choice. You can vote for Trucking Answer. Oh, my picture's gone. You can vote for Trucking Answers promo or consultations and merch. Let me hear you. Trucking Answers promo or consultations and merch. ELD causes health issues, stress, road rage. That's cool if you can see the wheels are cranked all the way before you drive it. Yeah, no doubt. Well, we still have a long ways to go. ELDs aren't that bad. It's the HOS that sucks. That's right. Guns don't kill people. it's all the bullets and the trigger and the guy that stands behind the thing, that kills people. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do some Trucking Answers promo. All right, I'm excited. Thank you, Mark. Here it comes.
What's going on, Jay? That's Jay, right? And we should mention that's Jay from Auto Transport Intel. Jay runs a live show on Tuesday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. You should check it out. Jay does everything car hauling. That stuff I don't know anything about, but Jay knows everything about it. So if you want to haul cars, that seems like it'd be interesting. Hauling all these different kind of cars like Ferraris and probably a bunch of used cars from auto auctions. Whatever it is, whatever makes the money, go check out Jay at 8 p.m. tomorrow on YouTube. I'm there too, right? Watching the show. So it's pretty fascinating. 2-3 hours. He brings industry experts in and everything, right? So love it.
All right, cool, very cool. All right, so I just cutting that today. Oh, we got just do it. We got answering promo, answer promo. Oh, so yeah, that was by far everybody wanted to see the Trucking Answers promo. So hopefully you liked that, and not a whole lot of editing in there. So I mean that was straight from his show. You should check out Trucking Answers. Just go to YouTube. Obviously, you're on YouTube now. Don't go right now. Wait till after the show. But anyways, Mark with Trucking Answers, he goes live each week. I don't think it's a set time, but he's a freight hauling trucker, works for a company. He's happy with his job. He's been there a long time, and he's got a lot of experience, a lot of information. If you want to know what companies not to work for, if you want to talk about setups, if you want to talk about dry vans or reefer, man, he can talk about this stuff all day. And you get into the minutia. I mean, we're talking, wheels and engines and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of information. So I highly recommend you check out Trucking Answers with Mark. And yeah, man. And he's also got, I mean, he created what? You got Trucking Answers Nation. You've got a lot of social media also, Mark. So there's a lot to check out there. And he's got a lot of videos too. He's also on Instagram, Facebook. So I think Mark and I have we have a lot we're going to be able to do, cross-promoting each other. I'm really excited about that, though. So thank you, Mark, for everything you do in the freight world. I appreciate it. Live every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Awesome, awesome. All right, cool. He's got a time slot. Great. All right, cool. I'm going to add that to my promo. Live every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, very, very cool. And you liked it. Cool. I like it, too. And I'm not done. As you can see, it was a little, but I think I'm almost done. It's pretty much done. And then what I'm gonna do is I want to post that on my YouTube channel, and then we'll have to do the same for you. We'll keep cross promoting, and we got Hotshot Dave. I think in the network also. We're gonna keep expanding. I think we should have a full on channel, so that if you walk into Mannheim. That TV or computer, it's not a TV anymore, it's a computer, is turned to Auto Transport Intel, and we just keep seeing everybody's channel, and man, that'd be awesome. That's the future. That's what we need. Or we'll call it whatever. We don't have to call it Auto Transport Intel. We can call it, I don't know, Trucking Intel. We can call it Auto Answers or something like that. All right, hey Jay, I need to talk to you. Is tomorrow good? Yeah, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. I got some different things going on, but yeah, let's find. It might be a short meeting, but yeah, let me know. So yeah, you should watch Trucking Answers. Okay, let's get to the merch. Let's get to the merch. All right, so you guys know that if you want a consultation, I highly encourage you to help me help you, right? So we got the gate pass and we got the greenhorn. I've done more gate passes than greenhorns, but if you want to talk my ear off, let's do a greenhorn. And I'm not a stickler with that time. I'll give you as much time as I can. I'll do route searches. We'll do the 20 steps to car hauling, which is a blog post that I created. We'll go over the improving highway safety from the FMCSA. We can talk about power units and trailers. If I don't have the answer, I got experts I tap into. We can do some route planning, load board searches, dispatch referrals, one-on-one conversation, and email follow-up. We'll do all that. So it's really, it is well worth it. 45 minutes goes fast. Or if you are just a fan of the show, you can do the mix. All right? Who doesn't love a good mix, right? Everybody loves a good mix. This is a high quality t-shirt too, by the way. I really am happy with the way these t-shirts came out. And so, get the mix. And I'll also give you some business cards and ask you, you can go ahead and hand those out on my behalf. We'll do a consultation to get the t-shirt. But if you really want to step it up, you can do the VIP. There it is behind me. And there's the mug. And this is my mug that I drink out of when I do Car Hauling Dispatcher Live. So you too can have an Auto Transport Intel mug, so you can enjoy your cup of joe while you're dispatching. And if you do the VIP, I'll have you on the show in the future, which would be my pleasure. I'd love to do that. There are so many things to talk about. And then we got this number 5 KC barbecue. I don't know what that is. But I'm in the Kansas City area, and if you want to make a video and get some barbecue, why not? Okay, so what's going on, family? How's everyone? Hey, what's up, Dominic? Thanks for joining the show. Man, all right. I'm pretty excited. We're at the 30-minute mark, so if you are chomping at the bit to hear what we're going to talk about tonight, we are going to talk about repo. Why? What's to talk about? I mean, it's just easy peasy. You book it, and you go pick it up, right? Oh, here, let's go. Here's the photo. Yeah, okay. So, there's a photo of a car, right? No big deal. Just go grab it. Just go pick up that car, right? Just go get the car. You just book it. You just go book it, pick it up, cash in your checks, stack your gold bars up to the ceiling, get on the yacht, and party. Right. Right. Could we pick up that car? No, we couldn't pick up that car. Let's go to the phone. Let's talk to Dave. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's do some repo.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jay, how are you, brother?
Hey, welcome to the show, Dave.
Well, man, it's good to be here. I was watching it. I love that little Red Avenger that you got there. That's cute.
Yeah, it's nice, huh? It's on your trailer.
Yeah, that's sharp.
It's on your trailer, right?
No, I couldn't get it, man.
What are you talking about? You couldn't get it. Everything's so easy.
The wheels are cranked all the way, and you can't pick it up with a wheel lift because the wheel lift would go under the car and tear something up.
And you have a tow bar, which, like, you are literally, in the years, maybe the second car hauler that I know that has this tow bar, right?
It's a wheel lift. It's called a sneaker lift.
Okay, sneaker lift, right? I keep saying tow bar. That's a typical dispatcher for you. So,
It happens.
right. So you should be able. You can pick up a no-key INOP, can't you?
Yes, sir. Got one today.
Which is, I know. That's Chevy Spark, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you know how to pick up a no-key INOP, which is something really, I think, like, I'm going to go at least 80% of car haulers on the road can't pick up no-key INOPs without a forklift, right? You're doing it without a forklift.
Yeah, I just back my truck up to it and hook it up with the wrecker and back it into my trailer and set it down on 2 wooden blocks and strap it down.
So that's the thing. So you have the equipment to do it. We booked this car, and is this the second car we couldn't get, isn't it?
Out of all time, yeah, probably.
No, this week, right? Wasn't there?
Yeah, but the reason we couldn't get the other one is because we couldn't get our schedule lined up with their schedule.
Well, now listen. Just because there's a multitude of bad reasons why we can't pick up repo cars doesn't mean we're not going to talk about it, right?
This is true.
It's a long list of reasons why we can't pick up repo, right?
Yeah, it's stressful. It don't pay enough. It's too much stress involved. You can make $50 more and go fight with the repo, or you can make $75 more and go drive it on and be gone.
But and that's the thing is, I don't book repo because I think it's fun. I'm booking repo because they're on our route. We're trying to stay more local. you know, that's one of the things that we talk about. It seems like trying to stay closer to home, we run into more of these repo cars.
Yeah,
Whereas,
that's true.
and that's unfortunate. And really, like if somebody could just figure it out with the way a lot of them are listed, what the condition, etc. Man, I mean, we could stay pretty busy picking up repo.
Yeah, definitely.
We could. However, there's too many built-in problems. It doesn't work.
Well, here's a short story for you.
Oh, okay.
I picked up I got a dispatch from a repo or from a dispatcher, and it was $75. Okay, I was going right by there. I said, well, man, I'll just snatch that up and haul it right over there. So I whoop into their lot, you know, I find out where it's at, and I get there, and I'm like, hey, I need to get this car, and I had to stand there for 20 minutes until the dispatch company paid the storage fee, and it turned out the storage fee was like $1,300, right? Well, this car wasn't even at the location. It was in a completely different town. So I called the repo lady. I said, hey, this car isn't here. It's over in Hendersonville, which is another 35 or 40 minutes down the road. I'm not picking it up for $75. She says, well, what do you want? I said, well, I'll do it for $150. She says, well, I can't pay $150. I said, well, I'm just going to go on to my route then because this is slowing me down. Well, she ends up giving me a little bit more money, and I go and pick up this car. But, you know, it hurts my feelings. I can't get $100, but they'll pay them $1,300 to store the thing. I'm like, why didn't you pay me $200 last month and save $1,000?
Classic story, right? How many times?
Yeah.
And it's not, and that's not just repo, but I see it in repo where it's like really egregious. This car is a total pain, and you know you need to get it moved, and you're like, yeah, you're like, well, I'll tell you what, I can't do $50, but I will instead of a cheese pizza with half pepperoni, I'll make it a full pepperoni.
There you go. And cut the pieces large.
Right? And instead of 10-piece nugget, you're going to get the 20-piece nugget. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
But, you know, the repo people are rude, too.
Oh,
and
you don't
like,
say.
They're like, look, you got to be here between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock or you can't get the car. I'm like, well, I'm in Louisville. I mean, I may be there on time, but I might be 10 minutes late. They're like, well, if you're late, you're not getting the car. Today, I called the guy 3 times on my way back from Peoria, Illinois, to say, look, I'm an hour and a half out, and look, I'm 45 minutes out. Look, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Because I knew I had to pick up that one and go get another one. And I'm on a very strict time constraint. So I stayed in touch with him, and then I got to the lot. I unhooked my trailer, I put my wheels, my sneaker lift ready to go. I stood there for 20 minutes waiting for somebody to come to that lot. After calling 3 times, if it would have been 5 more minutes, I was pulling up my stuff and leaving. And they can keep their car because I got a job too. And sitting in your lot ain't part of it.
And what's hilarious is, okay, like this is car hauling. Like, yeah, I mean you're driving states away, and they're giving you this window. And when you're 5 minutes late, which would be awesome. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, I can't believe it!" Like, what are you talking about? How do you plan? How do you plan like that? And I don't even want to hear people answer that question. There's always going to be somebody say, "Well, you should have planned for that," or whatever. Yeah. I mean, you can lose 5 minutes on some stupid road construction cones, or you know,
oh, yeah.
a school zone or whatever. What are we supposed to gun it through the school zone because that was our time frame? I mean, come on.
I think the brokers or the dispatchers, I'm not sure what the food chain is or who's in charge of that. But I think whoever is in charge of handling that repo, look, you're going to meet my driver when my driver wants you to meet him, or we're going to find somebody else to store our cars. You're not the only person with the record. So either loosen your schedule, be a little more flexible, a little more friendly to my drivers, or we're going to find somebody else to pay that money to. And that would stop.
I love
but
what
they
you.
don't care.
I
They
love.
don't care. Just get the car.
I love what you just said because, Dave, I started to do some journalistic digging. All right. And remember, you said maybe I'm the Tom Brokaw of car hauling. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I am because I started to follow, I was able to talk to a few people and get some real answers about what is going on here. Now, there's some really interesting things, so we're going to talk about this. And you know, I like to talk about the car hauling ecosystem, and I think it helps us not only understand what's going on, but it starts to blow the lid off. Where's the bottleneck? All right? So, you got the car buying customer. Let's go ahead and follow this through. You got the car buying customer, they buy a car. All right, no brainer, right? Now, who do they buy the car from? They buy it from dealers, lenders, banks. You can consider that the same kind of entity, right? But basically, the bank owns the car. So when the customer doesn't pay, that's when the bank says, oh, you are not paying us for our car, so we're taking our car back, right? Well, there's this other company now in the mix called a forwarding company. Does anybody know what that is? I didn't know either.
Company that forwards.
Right, exactly. It's a good name too. Forwarding company. That could be anything. Forwarding company could be, that could be a cafeteria worker that, pushes dishes forward. I don't know, but the point is that there are forwarding companies, and forwarding companies have gotten themselves in between the banks and the repo lots. Now, the repo lot, see, when the forwarding company wasn't there, the bank talked to the repo lot, and the repo lots could say, okay, we'll go pick up your car for $500. All right? Let's just say, let's round it off. $500, we'll go pick up your car. And everybody's happy. The repo lot, they're making good money. That's not an easy thing to do. Middle of the night, gunshots, whatever. All right? Pick up the car, get it to the lot. It's a strong arm business. It's not easy. And so they get the $500 per car. Well, there was so much business, and because capitalism loves a good middleman, here come the forwarding companies. So the forwarding companies make a deal with the banks, say, listen, this is so much hassle for you. We'll handle the contracts. We'll do a bulk contract, which will lower your cost of getting a repo. And the forwarding company has the contracts with the banks and then works with the repo lots. But guess what? The repo lot doesn't get $500 for that car anymore. Their rate's cut in half. Maybe it's now $250. Like now they got to do 2 cars where it used to cost 1. They could do 1 car for that much money, right? So they're mad. That's where the repo lot gets mad. That's where they, we talk about how it seems like repo lots want to rack up storage fees. Now we know why. Because they are losing money to the forwarding companies. And this is a way to recoup on that. The truth is, yes, repo companies, several, many, all, none, I don't know what the percentage is, but they are racking up storage fees to recoup what they're losing on either bulk contracts or forwarding companies.
Well, hold on. The person, whoever's in charge of shipping that car, could ease some of those costs by paying a little more to get it moved faster.
Well,
That's like that Spark today.
Yes.
That Spark today, I can't say who it was from, but it paid $140. Okay, that is no kind of money to have to use a record to load a car.
140, right?
$140. I moved that car for him, but with the stress that it caused, I would rather just skip that 140. I'm like, well, I don't need that $140. I'm gonna keep trucking to get home 3 hours earlier.
And that's the problem. I get roped into these dispatches because I can't find anything to book, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. It's on our route. Let's try to do it, and then we go through
No. You done a fine job. You done a fine job.
Thank you.
I wasn't directed at you.
No, I know. But
that's what I mean.
Well, and that's
how
what.
How much is 140 worth?
And
for stress and time.
It's not worth it. And that's what but the load boards, I think that they know, well, we'll just post it. Somebody will pick it up. Somebody will step in this gum, and then the gum will travel on the shoe, and it'll be out of the gymnasium. I mean, that's where we're at.
If you let it sit there for 4 more days, they spend 180.
So let's talk.
And still have to pay the 140.
So let's talk about the brokers and the load boards. So they're in the middle of this, right? They're the ones actually with the load. And they know the repo company has the car, and they know that their rate their contract rate is so low that they don't have any room either. Which is why when we ask for more money, they're like, oh, well, I can upgrade you to, you know, a deluxe Happy Meal. Right, okay, well, that's really not what I was talking about. But because of the levels of the pie getting cut into, they really don't have that much pie. They don't. I don't think they do. I mean, we both agree it should pay more. But this is the way they're thinking. They're looking at it like business numbers because they're caught in this too. They want to satisfy the banks, who satisfies the forwarding company, who satisfies the repo company. And by the time they get it, their pie is smaller than we think. All right? And then, like I said, then the dispatcher steps in the gum because there's a bunch of other crap sitting on the board, and then he books it, and then ultimately goes to the carrier. It's too many people in the middle. But that's what's happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think you should go from the repo man to the carrier, period. And nobody else involved. That would save billions of dollars over time. You know, think how many repos are sitting out there right now that people can't move because they either can't get there between 10 and 2, they can't get there on Friday after 1. You know, you can't, in most repo lots, you can't even pull your trailer onto. My rig is 65 foot long. That means I have to find a store or a parking lot or something and go park my stuff, disconnect from my stuff, hope nobody touches it, and then drive to the repo lot, get the car, and then take the car back to my trailer. They're not even thinking about that. It ain't like you can just pull up and load it. It's a process to get in a repo car. First, you have to make 30 phone calls. Then you have to speed and knock people off the road to get there on time. Then you got to find somewhere to park that's off location, disconnect, hope nobody touches the other cars on your trailer, and then go to the repo lot and sit and wait for somebody to come open the gate.
and that's just the carrier.
And then here it is. Your car is sitting behind 3 other cars that don't run. So then you have to wait for somebody to bring a wrecker to the repo lot to move the other 2 cars so you can not fit in to get to your other car. So they have to figure it out where you can even get to it. Well, so far we've spent like an hour and a half to try to get a car. It should have never stopped for in the first place.
And you know what's so funny? I mean, this is a comedy act. It really is. Because everything you just said, that's all the crap you have to deal with. On my side, like I'll tell you what, once I book a repo car, you know, it's dispatch. There's already a million things going on. And then suddenly I get hit with a cold sweat. I'm like, crap. It's too late to give a 24-hour advance notice. Oh my God! Like,
that's one of my worst.
It's
right there.
Terrible.
I book cars on Friday because I normally work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and so I book a car on Monday. Well, it turns out that you can't give a 24-hour notice, or book cars on Friday because you can't give a 24-hour notice on Friday. They won't answer the phone.
That's right.
They don't answer the phone on Friday. So that means Monday you can't get that car. Well, by Tuesday, you're already loaded and don't have time to pull with that car.
Exactly.
I mean,
they're like, well, just pick it up Wednesday. I'm like, what are you talking about? That is not even close to how this industry works. That's like saying, oh, well, we forgot to put the cap on the beer bottle at the plant, but we'll come to your house. Or rather, just bring your beer bottle down to the plant. We'll bottle it there. Like, it's like, okay, it's not how it works. It's not even close to how it works. And I actually, with a straight face, and I think Haley's listening now, with a straight face, I don't know if it was Haley or somebody else said, well, since we're only open on Wednesdays from noon to 2, then you can't pick it up this Wednesday. You'd have to give your 24-hour advance this Wednesday and pick up next Wednesday. Like, what? Like, no. Like, I mean, you can't be serious.
Yeah, my driver's sitting there now, so he's not staying the night just so he can be there at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
And we know that, again, 80% of brokers expect drivers to be driving around empty and be waiting down the street. That is how auto transport, that's where the expectations are. So this whole repo, it's opposite world. Let's go to, all right, top 10 reasons to say no to repo car hauling. We've already hit several of them. So we're gonna start. You ready for this?
Yeah, do it.
All right. So, yeah, do it. All right. Number 10. It's depressing. Picking up repo cars is depressing to see how bad vehicles get treated by people. It's a depressing place. You've seen the pictures, right? This is...
Yep.
Oh, here, I got my... This is a repo yard. That's depressing. Like, that's a tree stump in the middle of cars. Like, you don't want to go there. That does not look like a place of business. Does it? I mean, come on.
Try to back a Ram 5500 with a 12-foot bed in there.
That is the last place you want to find a car or try to get a car in your stinking 2-hour window with everybody tapping their foot, and then it's a no-key INOP with the wheel turned sideways. I mean, come on. That's not even a business model. That's depressing. People stop getting cars if you can't pay for them. Listen, I realize hard times. Believe me. I get it. I know. Hard times come. But it seems like there's a lot of... I mean, you don't need like a mag wheel Durango and then it's repoed in 3 months. Come on. That's silly. Right?
Right.
Alright. Say it ain't so.
It ain't so.
Okay. Alright. It's depressing. And the reason I talk about it's depressing is all of these reasons get into the other reasons. Because it's cyclical, right? It's cyclical. Alright. Here we go.
It holds you up. It wastes your time.
It does. The wear and tear on your trailer. Come on, really? The potholes in the road, the trailer damage you incur, trying to turn around. I mean, this is the last place you want to load a car. So it's depressing and the wear and tear, right? I mean, don't you think about the wear and tear of your trailer? You tell me about it all the time. Boy, do I get sick about it.
I take pride in my trailer.
I know you do. You have a beautiful rig, and we got a video about it too. So we got a couple videos about it. So it's the wear and tear. All right, it's just like Copart. You don't want to take your fancy hotshot or you're not going to take your enclosed 2-car over to Copart. Why not? You know, it's going to mess up your trailer. I mean, this is...
I'm not even going to Copart.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly... We don't even go to Copart. I can't believe we do repo. I put repo at the bottom of the food chain. Like, not even catfish will eat all the repo food at the bottom of the lake. Right?
That's crazy.
It is
That's
crazy. Right. All right. Run and drive. Almost nobody can pick up a no-key INOP. I mean, how many non-run and drive cars are at repo lots? It's a lot. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. You know how many of these cars run and drive? Or they had to pick it up at midnight and it's got the club on the steering wheel, or they don't have the keys. What do you think? People just turn in their cars? No. No, they...
That Spark, you couldn't even open the door. The doors were locked. Right. You couldn't open the door. The doors were locked and the wheels were slightly turned. They were almost 2 turns, but I worked it out.
Hey, Blackout Car Carriers has a joke for us. You ready?
Do it.
Is there a way to build a repo yard for wear and tear? No. No, it's repo. Wear and tear is part of it. There's no compensation for any of this stuff. You don't get compensated for wear and tear. Shoot, you probably get billed for it. You owe me for that scratch. We're going to take that out of your next check. You're lucky to have that scratch. Seriously, like, no, there's no, and isn't that funny when you call a broker back and you ask for more money, like, while you're at location? No,
because they don't know what the car looks like.
They're like,
you over to get a car, you got to put pieces of it inside the car just to put it in the car.
Oh, isn't that funny when you're at a Copart and you got to put the back fender? I'm a dispatcher.
It takes like an hour to do the inspection because you got to list all the parts.
Oh my gosh,
it is. They're mad because the radio don't work. You broke it.
Right. Oh, well, we've seen that. I mean, even like major brokers arguing with drivers about internal mechanical problems. Are you kidding me? I moved the car.
I've never been in a car in my life.
Oh my gosh. Right, exactly. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. All right. Let's go to So then I started to give these things names. I was having fun, right? Because I try to do that. Superhero. It's the smallest pickup windows in the entire industry. Like, you are in. Let's see here. Let's go back to the map. I mean, you could be. Let's go to the map. It's like CNN. Let's go to the big screen. I mean, you could be in. Here. Let's go to it. You could be in Evansville, and your appointment is in 1 hour in Louisville, and they're totally serious. Like, at an hour and 5 minutes, they're all just gonna go down to Wendy's and have another party. Like, that's it.
It
man.
ain't gonna happen.
Like, dude, no, but they're dead serious. Once that gate's closed or whatever, and you've wasted everybody's time because you're 5 minutes late because you wouldn't just run everybody over in the school zone or violate your ELD or whatever other crap has been thrown at you.
The scale decides it wants to do a level 1 inspection.
Hey, buddy, we're gonna go ahead and need to do another inspection. Well, didn't you just get your inspection tag? And tell me about that conversation.
I got a new sticker, oh boy.
And that guarantees you what?
It guarantees that I got a sticker.
Because it doesn't guarantee.
I passed.
I mean, because didn't he tell you could get inspected again at any time?
Yeah, he told me. I asked him yesterday. I got inspected going to Peoria, a level 1 inspection, and he gave me a new sticker. And I told him, I said, what is that sticker for anyway? He said it's to let the scales know that you've already been inspected. I said, well, I got an inspection at the Giles scales about a month ago, and then 3 days later they inspected me again. And I thought that sticker was supposed to keep that from happening. He said, no, they can inspect you as many times as you want. I said, well, then why give you a sticker? Why the sticker? That's a waste of money.
Because we got a sticker quota, dude. Jeez.
I guess so.
Now I'm going to have to write you up for that. Hey, James says there's a repo yard in southeast New Mexico, a pickup window Thursday 1 to 2 only. How do you even make a 24 advance notice? That's a scam.
That's crazy.
That is a scam. Scam alert. I'm telling you, right? Come on. That's insane.
That's
And I totally believe it. I totally believe it. Hey, let's see what we got here. I got a call coming in. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Who is this?
This is JD.
Oh.
Oh. F-U-F-U-A-L. Who's this?
Hey, hang on, Dave. Dave, I'll call you back, or just stay on the line. Hey, JD, what are you doing?
Well, right now I'm getting ready to whip some old repo boy's ass on the parking lot, son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah? Do you do repo, JD?
Not after today, I ain't doing no more, Jay. Tell you that right now.
What's happened? What's your latest, what did you, now this, James says in southeast New Mexico, they have a pickup window of 1 to 2 on Thursday only. Can you beat that?
No, I beat the hell out of it. That's what I did. I went out there and just started whipping ass.
Yeah?
That's why I ain't.
Well, we
1
do.
o'clock, you got to be there at 1:05. And they ain't even there. You know what they're doing? They're getting extra storage.
That's what I've been saying. They get extra storage fees. We were looking
You know what else they do, Jay?
What do they do?
Like all of a sudden there ain't no keys, right?
Right.
We got to make keys. Well, guess what? They own the key making company too.
Ooh, that's a scam. Scam alert. Right. That's a pretty good idea, actually.
And if you go 2 blocks down the road, they got the little 1-ton piece of shit with the damn 3-car wedge on there, and they're hauling the shit all over the place too. So I'll tell you what, they're getting it on all kinds of sides.
So they do. Oh, they do their own car hauling. So repo, locksmith, car hauling. Do they do maybe babysitting? Right. Just.
And we all thought car dealers were bad, right?
Well, yeah. People used to.
Not anymore.
Right. That's because.
You know, I just ain't figured this out, Jay. Maybe you can help me since you're an auto intel transport guy.
Okay.
What I'm trying to figure out is how does some little Jake leg with his little 1-ton or 3/4-ton sneaker lift deal on the back can tell Bank of America what do.
You're always calling people Jake Legs. I think that's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
What's a JD? What's a Jake Leg?
If you look up repo agent, you'll see what a Jake Leg is. Just Google it.
Just Google.
Just put the Google on it.
All right, I'm gonna. You know what? I'll tell you what, JD. I'm gonna go ahead and Google Jake Leg, since you called my show and you put in a request. Let's see.
I didn't call you. You called me. What do you want?
Jake Leg.
Like, I'm out here. Got the law. The law shows up when I'm trying to pick up a repo. I wonder why.
Oh yeah, you get in trouble when you. Well, the thing is, you probably. I imagine you at a repo lot stirring up real trouble, right? They probably do call the. I mean, they.
Starts going downhill real fast when they ask what my name is.
When they tell you you're running late, what do you say to the repo lot?
Tell them I slide them a 5. Wait 10 minutes.
You know it is a family show, so.
Well, I'm a little worked up right now, Jay. I'm sorry I'm using profanities on your family program, but these repo guys, somebody needs to straighten them out.
Yeah, do you think you can help us do that?
Well, I'll tell you how you do it.
Yeah.
Don't pick up their cars anymore.
Well, that's. I think that's what most of the industry has figured out. I try to talk. JD, I actually try to talk to the major brokers and make sense. I plead with them. Please talk to the repo lots. Explain to them how car hauling really works instead of creating these ridiculous windows and this 24-hour advance and all these rules that we can't comply with. I implore the major brokers to try and help. What do you think? Do you think that'll work?
No, you got to go to the lending institutions, Jay. Brokers don't give a flying rat's flip about nothing except Sunday and Monday. Or Tuesday, whatever day, I don't know. But they don't care about nothing.
Yeah, well, that's how
to get in. Who's doing the funding on this? The finance, okay?
Right. Oh yeah. Well, wouldn't that be interesting? As the car hauler, you get the bank release, and then you call the bank. I mean, that'd be terrible. You would lose your relationship with that broker.
I don't know why brokers are even dealing with repo agents. You explain that to me.
Well,
That's about as asinine as chocolate Cheerios, really.
Well, you know what I think is that, I mean, the problem is, see, and I think this is a fundamental problem. It looks like a car, so it ends up on a car load board. But really, with the way Repo treats it and with its inoperable nature, it's almost like it's a different type of freight.
It's a different type of freight, but I'm telling you, you're barking up the wrong tree whenever you're talking about brokers being in the middle of this, because they don't know jack flip.
Right. Okay. Hey, and listen, Gary. So Gary at Gartha Logistics is just saying, don't stereotype brokers, right? And and we're trying to recognize the ecosystem, right? So maybe there are brokers that want to help us. How could a broker help? I mean, is there any way we can? What if a repo lot? There are some repo lots that you can do pick up 9 to 4, like 4 days a week, but you still got to do the 20. What do you think?
Here, let me help you.
Yeah, help me out.
Okay.
Help me out.
Where do repos go?
Repo heaven?
No.
Oh.
They go to an auction, Jay.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if they go to the auction, Jay, who told somebody to go get the flipping cars? The auction.
The bank.
The auction.
Oh, the auction. I got you right, because the auction. Well, the auction did tell. Okay.
The auction.
Okay.
Bypass the broker, go straight to the auction, ask for the repo lady, get to know her, take her some damn chocolates and stuff and everything else, and bypass the son of a bitch.
This is
Here's the deal, man.
Yeah, this is a great idea.
Everybody's got their own little route they like to run. If there's an auction within about a 300-mile radius of that little route they like to run, go to the auction, talk to the old gal in the back, bring her some chocolates and donuts and stuff, and take all the repos from the brokers. That's how you got to do.
Dude, Fred Sanford says, duh, like that's common knowledge. It sounds like that's what Fred does. So,
Right.
so you recommend that if you're a local and you want to handle the repo account, go to the auction and start talking to people and bringing snacks, right?
You go to the auction every day for the rest of your life until you get all the repos, if you want to deal with repos.
Right.
Problem that you're going to run into is once you get old baby cakes in the back there all lathered up with sugar and donuts,
Oh my God.
then you got to deal with the dadgum repo agent, okay?
Oh, right. You got to really want this account. You got to really want the, and that's why, again, that brings us back to brokers, because brokers just handle all of the cars without trying to focus on just one specific niche relationship. But I agree with what you say, because booking it off the load board isn't working. It doesn't pay enough. It's too much headache.
Let me tell you something else, okay? Just so you know, and y'all your big fan base out there. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
This ain't rocket science, guys. Go to the auction, make your friends at the auction, and then watch what happens.
That's a pretty good idea. I mean, it really is a really good idea, JD.
Yeah, you tell all your fans out there that I gave them that one for free.
So this show is indebted to you, would you say?
No.
No. Okay, good.
No, but
You wear T-shirts, JD? You wear a T-shirt? Huh?
I got a JD t-shirt, stuff Eufuala.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
EAFUALA.
EUFUALA. Like Lake
F-U-A-L-A.
like Lake Eufaula.
So what you do, okay, let me tell you what you're doing by going to the auction. Cutting out the broker who doesn't know jack flip about how to load a car, pick up a car, okay?
Okay, right.
You're still going to have the same problem with the repo boy down there at the other end that wants to give you a 35-minute window in the middle of the day because he can't afford to pay some honey cakes over there to sit at the desk and throw keys at transport guys, right?
Okay. Sorry, JD. It's too funny. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
No, I'll tell you right now. Somebody needs an ass whip. I'll do it.
Oh, man. Dude.
But anyway, what you got to do, okay, so here's the deal.
Okay.
Now, if you got a problem with Repo Boy at the other end, you go straight to the auction, okay? And you say, hey, you need to tell your account that Repo Boy down here is being a jackwagon.
Okay. All right.
Okay? Then let them worry about it. They can talk to the finance company, Bank of America, PHP, whatever it is.
Well,
Element, all these different finance companies are repoing cars every day. Can't get rid of the repo guy, right?
Well, that's the funny thing. Exactly. It's as if the repo, whoever controls the repo lot, doesn't seem to worry about their job going anywhere. And that's why, I mean, it's a joke. It's
Well, you forgot about whenever they tell you where they're at. They're out on Highway F, okay, not FU, but Highway F, County Road, one lane.
right.
You want to bring your semi in there. That'll work real good. Your big old shiny Peterbilt with your Gen X Cottrell.
Well, you know, Gary says he would never use you as a car hauler.
Well, just because I can load a 9-car hauler faster than he can doesn't mean he doesn't got to run around and start trash talking and everything.
Oh my God, you kill me, man. What I was gonna say was, I was told, actually, I had after I booked it, they said, oh yeah, by the way, the repo lot will only let rollbacks on their property. Like, what?
Oh yeah, they get you for $50 to pull that son of a out of the damn lot.
Unbelievable.
And they want to charge you here. It runs and drives, but you can't go in and get it. We got to tow it out for an extra $50.
Right. I mean, suddenly, the job is done for free, and it looks like a blown up pickup. It's unbelievable.
Right. Well,
it really is.
Hold on a minute.
Really, JD?
Repo guys give me a lip again.
I
gotta get out of here. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, man. Hey, man, good time. Thanks for the information, JD. Oh, okay. Hey, Dave, you still with me?
I just about 23. She whispered in my ear. I said, yes, sir.
You still?
I'm doing a little on-hold karaoke here.
Oh man, that's what I do when I'm on hold.
Yeah, I've done a little George Strait and some Willie Nelson and some Hank Williams Jr.
Hey, boss. Hey, man.
And a little Otis Redding.
You know, Dave, thank you for your patience. I never know when he's going to call, so I appreciate that.
Oh, man, I'm just here to hang tight. What are you doing?
All right, cool.
I'm in a repo lot.
Yeah, exactly. You better be a superhero. All right, here we're going to move on to number 6. Ready? The good life. All right. It seems like, I know this isn't true, but it feels like the repo lot owners, they got the good life. They get to dictate what days, what hours. You know, we got to bring them a snow cone and say pretty please and all this stuff. I know it's not true, but it sure feels that way.
No, that's true.
Oh, it is true.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Snow cone repo at your service. All right, let's move on to number 5. Fortune teller. I got to be a fortune teller and know how to call 24 hours ahead to make an appointment. By the way, anytime I hear the word appointment in car hauling, I don't know if I
get your hair done.
I do. I don't know if I want to. I want to get my hair done. I don't know if I want to cry or laugh or just quit. No, there's no appointments, man. What if we got to get stopped and get a sticker?
Yeah, you got to make an appointment.
You got to make an appointment. Well, you know, hey, you're the one that wanted to get a sticker, right? Like, really? All right.
How do you make an appointment if they won't answer the phone?
Oh, forget about it. Hey, man, what are you? Hey, you're the fortune teller because you just predicted something in the next 4, didn't you? Contradiction. Oh, I misspelt it. Oh, come on, Jay. Let's see here. Contradiction. There we go. Contradiction. Now, I named 2 load boards, Rat and United Road. On their load board, I can only book for pickup today or tomorrow in most cases. And I hate that. You know, Ready Auto, I used to be able to schedule schedule pickup several days in advance. And I know what you're going to say. You still can if you make an offer. Well, that you just qualified the answer. It doesn't mean I can do it. I want to be able to book a car in the real world where we pick it up in a couple days and estimate delivery within another couple days. That's the real world. That's how car hauling really works. Making me book for today or tomorrow only is so ridiculous because it violates the repo company's own 24-hour advance notice mandate, dude. Come on, are you trying to make me crazy?
And how do you build a boat that way? I mean,
exactly. Hey.
You're already busy today and tomorrow, but we're trying to build a boat so we can come back.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started. It's so frustrating, which means, in reality, the load board and the repo lot are both in denial of reality. That's why I get so upset. And that's why I talk about this, you know, because you got your car buying customer, bought a car that they couldn't afford. Listen, that happens a lot. So I'm just going to go with that model right here. So they're avoiding reality. So the dealers and the lenders hire a forwarding company, easy peasy, avoiding reality. Forwarding company thinks everything, we can just contract rate, we're going to keep half, like, you know, so many brokers like to do, avoiding reality. Repo company, we got a 1-hour window per week, avoiding reality. Transport broker, you can only book it for pickup today or pickup tomorrow, even though you need 24-hour advance notice, avoiding reality. Dang, Dave, you and I are the only ones talking about reality.
Maybe we're not living in reality.
Yeah, you know what? We're just not equipped for all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's us.
We need to change our business plan.
Yeah, man, we gotta. You know what? What do we need to do? We need to open. How could we rig it our way? How do we have it our way? You know, let's pretend it's our McDonald's and we want it our way. What
we can quit hauling cars and open a repo lot.
There you go. I think that's what we do. We do babies.
Me.
Let's do babysitting and repo. I don't know, something like that.
We could get a snow cone truck.
I think we should get a snow cone truck and have a
I
repo
like
lot.
snow cones.
Yeah, we do snow cones and we also do some repo.
I like to put the hole in the bottom of the cup and suck all the juice out.
Now that's repo. All right, here we go. Money bags. For the amount of time and hassle, these cars never seem to pay enough, do they? Now, actually,
Not 50% of the time.
you're picking one up tomorrow. It's a sedan, paying $2 a mile. No key INOP. Now a no key INOP should always be $2 a mile, shouldn't it?
At least.
See, I mean, it really should. And this was the most I could get. So
Hopefully we can get it.
I know. Oh my gosh.
I've done it before I drove over there.
I can't do this show again. You got to get that car, man. We gotta get through
If
this.
I got to drag it home.
Yeah. Oh shoot, Dave. All right, so let's go on to number 2.
Hey, I got something for you on repos. Something that they don't ever think about. All right, say you got a Chevy Silverado that is no key INOP and the wheels are cranked in the front, just a little bit. Well, the only way to pick that car up when the wheels are cranked is from the front, or else it's going to be turning all the while you're moving it. But you can't move it because the transmission is locked in park and there's no key. So that means you got to call your little happy butt underneath the truck, take the drive shaft out of the truck, put it in the back of the truck with grease all over you, and then get back in your $70,000 truck to pick up a $150 car. Why don't they think of that?
And well,
And
that's
how much do you get for taking the drive shaft out? And then putting the drive shaft back in, because if you don't put it back in, it'll roll away because you can't put the emergency brake on because the door's locked.
I mean, you got to be a freaking mechanic to pick up this car.
This is true. And it ain't bad if you get paid for it.
Hey man, we got some funny comments in here. The boss says number 8, he had what's he saying here? He did one today. It took 2 hours to load and 2 more to unload. I guess it was a no key INOP. And Gary,
Take the drive shaft out, probably.
James says,
Take the transmission linkage apart so it gets shifted into neutral, so the damn thing would roll.
and
Especially with an all-wheel drive vehicle, how do you move that with no key?
and what you just said, try to explain that to a banker or a forwarding company or even many
They
brokers.
don't care.
They're not-
They don't care. But you still waste your time to go over there to find that out.
Well, yeah, and that is what makes me so crazy, is all the time we lose on this stuff. I think that's my number 2. Oh, no. Number
Yeah.
2. Okay, so number 2, you talked about it before. It's a personality test. You feel like maybe you're in a bad dream because everyone is so understanding, flexible, and patient. Right?
Yeah, and most repo guys are peckerheads.
Oh, say it ain't so.
It ain't so. But, you know, I mean, they need to be. All they do is ride around in that wrecker all the time
And you,
trying on the phone.
right, I try to be fair. So I want to remind us again, the reason why it is such a difficult business is because you're dealing with folks that did not take care of their car. They didn't pay they weren't paying their situation got so dire that a repo company had to come pick it up in the middle of the night, and deal with all the madness. Of course that you have to put safeguards and be cranky and be suspicious. I get that. But that's not who we are. We're the good guys. We're the ones that are going to get this hunk of metal out of your location. Why don't you help us?
Well, they don't want it out of their location because they get paid for it to sit there.
Because why? Because it's a... Oh, say it ain't so. It's a
It ain't so, but yeah,
scam.
$65 a day for it to sit there. I'm not going to answer the phone either because the longer it sits there, the more money I make.
That's right. Because
That one I picked up, like I said, they paid them. I seen the check, $1,300. They scored that car.
Man, no doubt. Well, right. Who paid $1,300? Ding, 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 ding. Dealer, lender, or bank?
Well, I can't say who it was.
The bank paid it.
Yeah.
The forwarding company took their chunk. the repo company felt like they didn't get enough. The broker took their chunk. And then you got me and you at the bottom here, scraping together change and digging in the dumpster.
Yeah, you're the one struggling with the car.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's the total joke. You're at the bottom, and you're the one that actually moves the car.
Yeah, I gotta give kudos to Haley though for hooking me up with another ride. That's a good thing.
Who?
I think her name's Haley.
Oh yeah, Haley. So
Yeah.
if Haley's watching, we want to thank Haley for actually help when the repo car fell through the first time. She was understanding, apologetic, helpful, and she let me kind of go off. And that was at the broker. That was with the broker, and she kept her cool. I tried to keep my cool, but I said, really, I'm pretty angry. I mean, this happens time and time and time again. And
it ain't her fault though.
It isn't. And then we got off the phone, and then she went into the screaming chamber and busted her guts out with yelling. Right? She went down to the shooting range. Whatever. I mean, how do you release all that tension if you're the 911 dispatcher? But anyways, I want to thank, and she also helped me. She helped us today find a replacement car, the one at the dealership. When the INOP fell through, she found that one. I saw it on the load board, but she wanted to help us to get it, give us as much money as she could, that kind of thing. So Haley, thank you so much. You did a good job.
Yeah.
And that's what this ecosystem's all about. We know that every step of the way there are good people, and I don't want to say good people and bad people. There are people trying, and there are people that have given up. Let's just say it that way, right? And the guy that says you got to call this week to give a 24-hour advance notice for next week, buddy, you've given up. All right?
Yeah, except it's on the load board that only takes 2 days. You can only book in 2 days.
Right. Oh, exactly. So by the time we pick it up, we're 2 weeks late. Now we're getting a slap on the hand, negative rating. We haven't even picked up the Nokia INOP for $50. Snow cone repo. All right, and did we do number one? Oh, here we go. Number one reason. Super famous. No one is available to take your call. Please hang up and try your call again. Right?
At least it's not a short tail voicemail system.
I'm trying I am trying to set up the 24 advance notice. I'm dialing as fast as I can before 3 o'clock hits, and I gotta wait another week. And nobody answers the phone. It's unbelievable. And this one, here we go. This one goes out to Stacy. Now, I'm not going to mention the company because I mentioned her name. But I called Stacy last Thursday after I booked the car. Left a voicemail. The voicemail said, leaving a voicemail is not enough advance notice and is not how you set an appointment. You have to talk to somebody. So I left her a voicemail, pretty please, sugar on top, snow cones, donuts, whatever garbage I could think of. And I called again Friday. Nobody answered the phone. So Monday rolls around, which is pickup day. She still doesn't answer the phone. I'm calling and calling and calling. And this is how I met Haley. And I said, Haley, this is crazy. I mean, I know what Stacy's going to say. I got Stacy's name from the main office. You know how they do that? You got to call the main office, and then the main office gives you the local office, and then they do, the jerk around. So I already got Stacy's name. Then I talked to Haley, and I'm telling her the story. And guess what? Guess who calls? After I talked to Haley, after I left crazy messages, guess who calls? Stacy. And you know what she says? When do you want to pick it up? You can't pick it up today. It's not 24 advance notice. I said, we want to pick.
And we're closed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I said to her, we are picking it up today. You already know who I am. I called you Thursday. I called you Friday, and you know you were unreachable. Oh, I don't know that. We always answer the phone, she says. I said, it's not true. And even Haley tried to call you, and even Haley said she couldn't reach you. Well, we're always here. We always answer the phone, and you can't pick it up today. That happened yesterday. That's when I said, that's it. I've had enough. I'm making a stupid show about how much I hate repo.
Yeah.
So thank you,
I won't
Stacy.
be carrying no more of them.
You know what? I mean, and we've talked about it, man. Repo. Okay, man. Now I'm just getting off the rails. Now I'm about to lose my PG-13 license. Facebook's gonna toss me out. YouTube's gonna cancel my show, and I don't want it. All right? Oh man.
Simmer down, Hot Rod.
Yeah, simmer down. Simmer down. What do we got? We've had a lot of live chat going on here. James says locked four-wheel drive. The boss says no key. Electronic brakes on it was hell. Silverman says, hey Jay and everyone else signing on from undisclosed remote location. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds like some.
Try to get a no-key INOP Mercedes and let me know how that worked out for you.
Oh, Paul says it's not even legal to haul a car without a key. Oh, great.
Here's something today at that repo lot with that Avenger. I walk over to the car and I've seen the wheels were cranked. I'm thinking, man, I can't pick that up like that. Let me see if I can straighten the wheel. I open the door and the alarm goes off. It screamed the whole time I was there.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I asked that lady, I said, is that alarm going to go off? She said, yeah, it'll go off eventually. They didn't even have the car in their lot. And you want me to tell you why? Because the wheels were cranked. They can't put it in their lot because when he come in with the wrecker, he dropped it with the rollback right there where it sits. And it's been sitting outside their fence since the day they got it. Because they can't move it because it's in gear in the back engine gear, so you can't roll it to the front because the car turns all the while it's moving.
That's so funny. I saw this picture because it's this car, and I thought, why is it sitting out there? And you know what's really nuts? They knew that. It's not on the dispatch sheet. There's no photos. There's no information. Yet we're supposed to do all this perfect stuff, 24-hour advance, call, pretty please, make the appointment, and yet nobody gives us this information.
I think the next repo I pick up, I want pictures of. But I bet you can't get them.
No.
Just to save having to get off the interstate, fight through traffic, and then sit there and then find out you can't get the car in the first place.
Right now, there's a rich load board executive polishing his umbrella stand, and he heard what you said, and he stopped polishing for a second, thought, that's pretty weird, and he kept polishing his umbrella stand. I mean, come on, man. Really, this is nuts.
We can polish.
Like, dude, stop polishing your golden umbrella stand and help the guy. This is car hauling, right? You do have a client at the other end that needs the car. Oh, speaking of. Oh, I'm so glad that happened because check this out. This is weird. There's actually there's a law, and it's called commercially responsible manner.
What's it mean?
Okay, check this out. In vehicle repossession, there are laws governing how the customer needs to be treated, the amount of time they get for their redemption of their repo. And within that, I don't know where the law meets the transporter, but it must, because there are laws that govern whether if a repo is meeting a commercially responsible manner between the customer, the repo, and the bank.
Yeah, that probably means it needs to be behind the fence, locked up too, and that car wasn't.
Exactly. They were probably in violation of something. I'm not going to run around and start throwing laws at people, but there are people that will do that.
Yeah,
and
I know they're supposed to be in a fence.
Yeah, I mean, and so what's really interesting, I started to get some interesting information, and because I started looking up this stuff, and let's see here. Here's a statement. Depending on a state law, failure to sell the car in a commercially reasonable manner may give you either a claim against your creditor or lessor for damages or a defense against a deficiency judgment. So there are laws, but no, I mean, at our level, that's another problem. Did you know there's 5,500 repo lots nationwide?
That's all.
Right.
Well, there's
Right.
4 in my town.
Right, and there's 4. Well, exactly. You can imagine.
Yeah,
So,
there's 4 in my town. United Auto Recovery, the one I was at today where I picked up the Spark, and then the other one where I couldn't pick up the car, and then there's 1 or 2 on the north side of town, maybe 5. And those are just ones that are published.
I found a website today, repoindustry.com. Isn't that interesting? And you can start when you go around. There's a forum and a blog, and you can start reading. You know, for as many lots and laws and banks and customers and repos and then forums, this whole plan like, well, we just didn't know anything about the car. Like you showing up and it's a surprise INOP or sitting outside a fence or whatever, that's inexcusable, man. This is a whole industry.
Right.
Where's the information for the carrier? Because he's the guy actually trying to pick up the car.
See, in that whole food chain, though, the carrier is really the bottom line of it. The bank is the top line, the customer's the second line, and then the repo company is the third line.
It just feels like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't even feel this way. It seems apparent that people just, how do I say this? There's too many people that really don't care about the carrier. Now, that's fine. I get it. You know, people.
Well, without the carrier, you can't move the car.
Well, right. You know, it's acceptable to slap around the valet or spit in the salad or whatever. I get it. You know, we all drive. We got road rage on the roads. Nobody cares. And then we all go. You know, it's all weeping tears on you know, Facebook or whatever. And that's, you know, suddenly when people can see who we are, then we care or whatever. I get it. We don't care. But really, the broker should want the carrier to know what they're in for so they can actually pick up the car. Right?
Yep.
I know Gary would say yes, because Gary at Gartho Logistics, he actually cares about the carrier. And that's why Gary does what he does and says what he says. Because I know if Gary was in charge of these repo contracts, you would know that this car was sitting outside the fence, that the wheels were turned, that the alarm might go off, and then, you know, and you probably have the picture of it too. What, the repo lot can't take pictures of vehicles for the transport? I don't know. Put it in the forwarding contract. Right? What does the forward company do other than go to lunch? What are they in charge of going and picking up the golden umbrella stands for the banks? Man, it sucks. All right, so there's my spiel. All right, listen. I lost Dave. Let's look at the live chat for a minute, and then I got another call. We're gonna talk to Don. And then by the way, that's right. Not only that, hey, let's do this. Since I got you, I know that Don is Don will wait. I told Don I'd be another 15 minutes. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm calling Don in 10, 15 minutes tops.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, welcome to Auto Transport Intel. What's happening?
Not much. I knew that was you. Area code 816.
Man, welcome to the show. This
Thanks.
this is the first time we've ever talked.
Yeah. I just found your channel recently, and like I said earlier, I just introduced you to our dispatchers at the office today.
That is awesome. So are they watching? I mean, who's watching right now?
I don't know if any of them are watching or not.
It's late, right?
I introduced them, and I made them go look up your top 5 list for load boards and all that. So, I'm in a 10-car hauler, so.
You're in a 10-car hauler. You don't pick up repo, right?
Oh, I have had my share in the repo industry. Oh, yeah. Because, well, first off, I used to actually own a repo company.
Oh,
right
man.
about 60 miles away from you, 60 miles east of you.
No way.
And, yeah, back in, it was pre-9/11, back when business was good. You could make money. It was between the banks and the repo companies.
Is that right?
And,
So is this part of the
yeah,
problem?
Yeah, because I could walk in and I would tell them $350, $500, depending on. We had a mileage split, so we had like a mileage radius on how much it cost, and they paid it. They had to pay it, or they didn't get their cars. Well, then the insurance companies is what really got involved because the banks wanted us to have our lots insured, but there was no repo insurance. We had to have like a tow lot package. You had to have this, that, but there was nothing that specifically would protect the car at the repo. That person came and jumped the fence and messed his car up because he was mad because you repoed it. Well, when the banks and the insurance companies got together, they got a repo package insurance up. Then the forwarders, or the brokers basically, they realized they could get in and be a middleman between all this, and then next thing you know, all the rates just start going down. And it's like you said, what used to be a $500 tow is literally today a $250 repo. So I just got out of the business because they wanted these big contracts. Well, these guys will do this for this. Well, I won't. Sorry. So I sold out.
And you know, you know what really sucks is that no matter what industry you look at, when you look at big contracts, you get a big contract because whoever gives it to you is assuming they can get a big discount and get closer to that yacht they're looking at.
Yep,
and
exactly.
It sucks.
And that's just the way. I mean,
well,
that's like Walmart moving in and putting. It's like Walmart moving in and putting everybody out of the mom and pop shops out of business.
And I understand. Listen, I understand. We believe in capitalism and freedom and a free market. I get that. Free market. I get that. I believe that too. But there's a degree when the CEO makes 1,000 times what the employee sleeping in their car makes. It's gone too far.
Yeah, exactly. But then when I got into the tow business, I got put into a 4-car hauler, one of those, basically just a big glorified tow truck that can haul 4 vehicles at a time, and that's when we were doing all the repos. You got to have something like that.
That's what Dave drives. Dave drives a 4-car with the sneaker lift.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I had. And I had me a nice Kenworth, but we went through like the auctions. We would get those bidded through there because I guess like certain finance companies have their deals with certain, like Mannheim or whatever auction, they have their deals worked out for whatever region. And they didn't pay too bad, but the problem was dealing with the people when, like you guys have been talking about, you have to call 24 hours in advance. They have these certain time slots. I went out there to even just out by Mexico, Missouri once, and I was supposed to pick up at a repo lot. We called our 24-hour. I mean, we knew the game, and I got there and nobody was at the lot. Nobody was answering the phone.
I've had the same.
Never did get that car.
Yeah, I've had the same problem, and it's like, oh well, whatever, and it's like, no, I can't just replace that car.
Right, exactly.
Dude.
I mean, luckily at the time with the 4-car, I was local. Kansas was the furthest I went out, like Salina and stuff like that. But from the Kansas City area, us being based down around there, that wasn't too bad. But when you still get out there and you can't get this car, or something else came up because now it's on a redemption, that's something else you guys have.
Oh, I hate that. They say, oh, well, the car's been redeemed.
Yeah, and
Whoa.
you weren't notified.
Hey, what a party.
So yeah, well, it's on a redemption hold because the customer's going to come and pick their car up.
Well, howdy
And
doody.
they're not going to give you a dry run for it.
Well,
you
we're-
just travel 300 miles one way for it.
Yeah, we're on our way there, so we'll just be there to wave them and give them a congratulations party.
Yeah. So
I mean,
yeah.
and
So
listen,
luckily, when
it's great
the
and
boss has got the 10-car hauler, I got in it. By that time, me being in the repo industry, I managed to, beforehand, I managed to make good relations with the repo companies. And we just started dealing direct with them and had contracts. But then, I don't know if their rates got cut or what, because all of a sudden, the ones that we were showing up with, a 10-car hauler, a 5-car hauler, flatbeds, we're hauling their INOPs and their runners, specific, certain amount of, certain price for each vehicle out of the lot. We were making good money actually doing it that way, just by building the relationships up and contracting with them. But then next thing we know, these guys bought their own 3-car wedge trailers or their own 5-car trailers and just canceled the contract. We had no more, nothing to haul.
Hey,
Because
man.
the repo lot started doing it itself.
That's funny. That's what JD said. JD said, get the lot, get the transport, get the auction contract, and just do it all yourself.
Yep, and that's what they do. And a lot of times, those people, with me being in the industry once before, I would much rather deal with the actual repo guy that goes out and takes the car at the lot over the person at the lot that you're supposed to redeem it from, because that person's a part-time employee working 2-3 days a week whenever the pickup days are, and they're making minimum wage, and they don't care. They're mad. They're just counting to get their little paycheck, and then they're wanting to go home. They want to go to lunch.
Right.
They're getting out there early.
And you know what? And that's the thing too. When you have your little crummy little position, I call dispatching, then I agree. It's understandable that you feel like you're pigeonholed and you just want to do the minimum and move on to whatever. I get that.
Yep.
My biggest complaint though is the 24-hour advance notice and the small pickup windows. It's just so stinking irritating.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've been stopped for inspection, and you miss your pickup.
Yeah.
Window,
And then
so not only do you have them mad at you, and the brokers are calling,
exactly.
and the load boards are calling, but then the boss is calling if you're working for another company and you're not the owner of the company in your truck. In my case, I'm getting a phone call with the boss. Why the hell didn't you pick this truck up or this car or what have you? And then you're explaining, well, I'm at DOT getting inspected right now. I done called the office and told them that, and I called the lot and let them know to see if they would, but.
And
That's
how.
Said, at 101, they're closing that gate. They're out of there. They're going to McDonald's to get their combo meal.
To me, that's how you end up with insane damages and accidents, because people have lost their mind because nobody's being reasonable.
Or realistic.
Yeah. That's why, and I think that's why you have soccer moms going 100 miles an hour in the construction zone. Right?
Yeah.
You do.
Exactly.
She's the one speeding.
Exactly. Yeah. And then honking at you because you're still in the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's whipping around you, and then y'all tumble like dominoes down the on-ramp, and now everybody's dead.
Oh yeah. I just came through Wyoming, and speed limit through there is 80 mile an hour, and I couldn't believe how quick my truck will do the 80 if I wanted to, and but I was doing 75, and these guys are flying by me and disappearing out of sight like they got to be doing 95.
You can tell by the kind of person I am that I'm all right. I like to go with the flow and play. Let's see what kind of free range chicken I can find out there, and I try to shoot from the hip. And I'm in Kansas City. People drive past me like I'm standing still. I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna die out here.
Oh yeah. That's why there's certain times I don't even hit the loop. I won't even hit the 435 loop. I'll park my truck right outside of the city. if I can't get there.
It's just, but I know it's not just here. It's everywhere. People lost their minds.
They have.
Oh,
They have.
man, but I'm not trying to put on that kind of show. I'm trying to narrow it down just to one segment. If we could just get a little more understanding and reason in the repo car hauling sector of sanity, that would really be amazing.
And you know, I'm a car hauling is a niche of its own in the transportation.
Amen.
And one thing I've noticed is we really don't have. I haven't found. Maybe somebody else knows. We don't have like an organization just for car haulers to get together and have some power behind what we say and what we would like people to realize. They just think we're a bunch of guys out here, independent. We don't talk. We don't do nothing with each other. And it's almost like, you know, I mean, in trucking, period, nobody really wants to listen to us. The money makers make money and jump change.
I'm polishing my umbrella stand. I cannot hear you.
We're right.
Come on. It's crazy.
I'm one of them. I've often said before, you know, if all, even just car haulers, but if all truckers just all band together and actually do it, shut down for one day, show these people, not not just the people that we have to deal with daily to get our loads, but the people that want to complain about truckers all the time and keep getting involved again.
Well,
this or that.
We know that, and I gotta call Don in a minute here, but we know that a shutdown won't work. And there's an ELD or me group that actually did meet with representatives of the FMCSA. I recommend anybody out there that wants to check, and you guys have probably already done this, but you can go to ELD or me, join their Facebook group. They seem to actually have contact with some people in the FMCSA. And I will say this, for the FMCSA, I'll say I'm proud to read that, where did I see that? That at the Great American Trucking Show in Dallas at the end of this week, that they're actually really going to listen to some people. Maybe it's one guy, maybe he's pre-programmed, maybe it's actually a robot, I don't know. But that they're...
I'm actually heading, I'm glad I tuned in tonight.
Awesome.
Because I'm actually heading to Dallas, with the Dallas area with this load. And so I'm sitting there looking at my timing and everything, and I'm actually considering trying to get over to that.
Yeah, you know what? I will say this. I've been to Matt's Mid-America Trucking Show in Louisville a few years ago, and it really was, I was like, wow, this is huge. I had no idea how big that show was going to be. It is neat. You get to see, there's custom trucks, and oh man, you see every trucking recruiter, and you just realize how big this industry is. It's amazing. I mean, that's just trucking. You know, I can't speak to the car hauling segment, or if there's a car hauling show like Gat's or Matt's, but anyways, yeah, man, if you're anywhere near there, yeah, you should head over there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll be down in that area sometime tomorrow evening, so I'll probably be looking it up.
Cool, man. And let's do this. Do me a favor. Do you have any? Oh, this is what I want to say. Do you have anything that I can? Since we're here, you're on the show, and we're about to wrap up our call. Is there anything I can say on your behalf? Is there any company you like, or I don't know what it is, or anything I can shout out for you?
Well, we can stay local. I can shout out the company I drive for, because they're also a tow company right there local in the Kansas City area for any Kansas City listeners.
Please do.
And we have heavies if your trucks break down. They are used to hauling car haulers because they have to haul ours every so often. And that would be Jackson County Tow Service out of Blue Springs.
Jackson County Tow out of Blue Springs. All right, man. Awesome. Jackson County Tow. JACOTOW.com.
Yep.
All right, man.
Look us up at JACO, JACO, TOW.com.
Awesome. Well, you know what, man? I really appreciate talking to you tonight. It was cool. And I had no idea exactly what we'd talk about, but I'm really glad. Thank you for putting your phone number up here and letting me take some of your time tonight. I really appreciate it.
And no problem. I was going to be contacting you anyways because I am kind of considering going out on my own. I was going to have a chit-chat with you on a few things
Well,
sometime.
you just earned a free consultation from me. So send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and I'll help you in any way I can.
Right on.
Cool,
Thanks
man.
a lot, buddy.
All right, thanks, man. You take care.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
peace. All right. So we're gonna that was great, man. It's amazing. I never know what's gonna happen on phone calls. We're gonna talk to Don. He's gonna be our final call. And I'm just flipping through pages here. All right, Don. He's East Coast, so he's doing us a favor. Don and Michelle. Love those guys. Top 10 reasons. Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Don? Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you hear me?
All right, cool, man. Is it late?
A little late, yeah.
All right.
It's all right.
All right. I won't keep you forever.
I'll probably do.
But I thought it'd be appropriate. I mean, I thought it'd be appropriate to talk to you about this for a few minutes. Number one, Don, you and I go way back.
Right.
I mean, I've known you for years, and in fact, you were in my first Auto Transport Intel video.
Yeah, we've got a lot of learning curve that we learned together over the years on all that stuff, for sure.
We learned a lot together. We did. We've been through a lot together. And
But,
so, well, when we talk about Repo, have you been able to catch any of the show?
yeah, I did. I mean, you all touched base on a lot of things. There was just a couple things that, I thought about after, that didn't get brought up. But one of the things that I really hated about Repo was that, when you would go in to pick up the vehicle, there's nobody to sign off on your inspection sheet or anything of that nature. So what you get, who knows where those damages came from. And so what I would try to do is I would try to take a photo of the vehicle, sitting somewhere to where it's not on my trailer yet, but the building was behind it or something of the location, so I could say, look, these damages obviously were done during the repossession process, and things of that nature. So that makes it definitely difficult with all the other things, time constraints and stuff like that, So.
Well, and it's interesting you say that. That was something I learned recently, just to verbalize, is that when you're taking pictures, it's good to get a shot where you can see the background and tell where you are and what's going on. In fact, recently, I talked to a customer, and it sounds like the car hauler didn't take pictures until the car was already on the trailer.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
What are you doing?
Like if I go to Copart or IAA, I get a picture while the forklift is still carrying it.
Yeah.
Anything that can prove that it was done before it hit the trailer. At the Dessas and things of that nature, I know that I try to take a photo where everything is in the background. But many ways as you can show that, like a timestamp, basically, but you can only do it with visual, unless your phone or something has something a little more intricate than mine.
It's almost like it's like a paparazzi photo shoot. The car hauler shows up, all of a sudden there's all these flash bulbs and get everything, right? From the moment you arrive. Maybe we could develop a product called paparazzi car hauler. So the moment you, if you get within 100 feet of your car, everything just starts recording like crazy.
Body cam wouldn't be bad.
Right.
I said that accident the other day. I was like, I wish I had a body camera on just so I could record every single thing that I'm trying to replay in my head, But on the repo thing, I mean, the damages, I've never had anybody claim anything when I was picking them up or anything. I think most of the time they pass that back on to the actual person that the vehicle was repossessed from.
True.
Things of that nature. It's even like the cost. I mean, if they paid the $1,000 of storage and $500 to move it or whatever it is, that's going to get tacked on to that customer for repossession and things of that nature, which doesn't even involve us as car haulers. It is pretty sad that they don't want to pay any more money than what they do, but I get it. I just think that we learned a long time ago, don't use a repo as a fill car. Don't do it, because it's just, you've already got your load. You're just trying to fill a spot. Don't do it. It just don't work.
And let me tell you, I can't believe how many repos I booked in the past week. I mean, I went all against all my better judgment. It's like I learned nothing. I don't know what I was thinking. I booked like 4 repos.
The tax money ran out. They bought the car, they made a couple payments, and now they can't make payments.
Exactly.
It definitely has its seasons, But I contribute a lot of this, like we've discussed before, with Central Dispatch. If Central had a way to communicate better, it wasn't all, to let you know this is a repo car or this is a Copart car. Things, it would just make things simpler. It would just simplify it. But they're never in the car, in the auto hauling side of it. They're more about the brokers and anybody else, But they don't want to set it up for ease of use for us, and makes it a little bit complicated. That's nothing to take away from brokers or anybody else on there. It's just that I think the Central Dispatch doesn't do a very good job of putting information out there for the transporter.
Well, and I just did a search. Let's just do this. Will be fun. I just did a search, like South to Midwest, non-running. Okay, these will be all INOPs. And look how little information there is on some of these. Like, I mean, here's a one. Here's a Holloway Auto. It just says Subaru INOP. There's no information. You can't get any pictures. You got to call and find out. It's a you're hunting. It's a detective story. It's like the murder on the Orient Express, right? It's instead of shelling out your money for that escape room, just try to book an INOP on Central Dispatch.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. I think a lot of times they lead it like that. We've seen that before. Where they'll lead it and say, well, the less information they give you, the more vague it is, the more opportunity that they have to try to sell you on the vehicle.
Here we go. Here's a good one. This could be anything. New Orleans to Chicago, Jeep Cherokee INOP. That's it.
Yeah. Don't know where it's coming from or anything.
You got nothing. And it's 58 cents a mile. It's 58 cents a mile. And you know what they're going to say? Hey, it's COD.
Right.
Come on.
And that's a relationship issue. I mean, if you think about it, Central Dispatch takes the relationships out of this business. When you have a relationship with someone, even a repo yard, I mean, I've picked up a repo yard a dozen times. You start to know people there. You know their system. You know how it works. You know who to call. You know where to load. You know where not to load. You know what you're going to get, what you're not going to get.
Well, and actually that's why when I booked those repos, I knew the city, and I couldn't know this until I booked it. But then once I booked it, Dave said, "Is it United Auto Recovery or whatever the yard was?" Because he knew if it was one of the ones he thought it was. And we've done this up near Louisville. If it was one of the places we thought it was, we figured we could probably get it.
Right.
But if it's
they have their weird windows, and stuff of that nature. And if you understand that going into it, and you can say, well, we won't be through there till Tuesday, or something of that nature, and I mean, it's doable. It's just, man, it sure does make hard. It's hard pressed for a fill car when you've got every car on the trailer and you've got about 4 hours to fill one more spot, and that's the one you're trying to fill it with. That's just, never goes right.
Here's this one's awesome. Houston to Indianapolis, 2005 BMW INOP for $520.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
that is ridiculous.
But as long as people keep picking them up, it'll keep staying.
I know, and that's where if you what I just said, if I were to say that to a table full of golden embellishing, polishing brokers, I know that's not fair, but I could find a table somewhere at a convention, and I said that, they'd be like, well, people keep picking it up, so we're gonna keep posting it. And I mean, it's pretty hard to disagree with that. So I
That's
just say,
exactly
I
right.
apologize for interrupting your golden umbrella polishing. Please get back to business. I'll be over that other table with a bunch of losers.
Right. Yeah. It's like I said, a lot of people keep picking it up, and then once they get it picked up at that price once, then it's hard to adjust that.
Oh,
you know?
that's when
I've
they hit
had
the compare button, right?
Yeah. Hey, I've had customers before that said, well, we were getting a move for $375, and I'm like, well, if you can get a move for $375, I need their number so I can call them and just mark it up. You know, that's
Exactly.
not even right.
Yeah,
But,
can you give me
know,
their... I want their business card because I'm going to make double off of them.
and not go nowhere, you know. But it is what it is. It's definitely a high risk business anyway. But repo makes it just so much more complicated because
What's up, RSW?
just too many variables, and then like I said, no one to sign off on it. They want you to sign off on everything even before you even get the car a lot of times. And you know, like I said, you get a relationship. It's just like every other customer. I mean, we could say the same thing about Copart, IAA,
Yeah, everything,
some of
yeah.
the dealerships, some of the brokers, everyone. If you build a relationship, you know what they expect, and once you know how to expect it, then you still got all your other variables of travel time and DOT and mechanical issues and stuff like that. But at least it's one variable that you think you can kind of control a little bit, you know, and that's just basically having a relationship, you know. So.
Check this out, Don. I found the one error on Central Dispatch. And because you know Central Dispatch works perfect. It's totally worth the money. It's amazing. And you can become a millionaire by eating off the load boards. Well, I just hit the compare button on the BMW I told you about, and it's still spinning. I found the one bug ever that they've ever had. And I found it.
That's a rough group right there.
That's
too.
awesome, man.
Well,
Somebody's gonna beat my door in one day and be like, "We're here to talk."
Well, and you know that what you clicked on right there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not bringing up the brokery thing, but it's the same thing as a relationship. You can have good relationships, you can have bad relationships. I had a lot of complications with that one, and it's what I learned.
A lot of people have. A lot of people.
I wouldn't grab a vehicle with them, even if it was an extra $100 more. I mean, I can't imagine how many times you and I discussed.
Oh my gosh.
The rate was like phenomenal on something, but then we were trying to weigh out: is this thing even going to be ready? Is it even there?
Oh
is it
my
realistic?
gosh.
Is this broker going to pay us? You know, then you're like, well, it's not worth the extra $200 that they're going to pay. You know, and it's a shame that, but like I said, it's that relationship. Bad relationship, good relationship, you know. So.
Isn't it funny to think about all of the stinking dispatches that had us just like up early in the morning, up late, talking on the phone? I mean, oh my gosh. Isn't that crazy? That's why it's funny. It's funny to think about when a chapter finally does end, you know? It's like when you finish reading a book. Wow, I'm actually done reading the book.
Yeah, well, the best ones are when you think you have everything lined out, and then all of a sudden it just starts falling apart, and then you're scrounging, you know. And a lot of times it starts like that. It takes one vehicle to not be right, not be the right size, not go to a repo lot, you can't get it till the next day, then everything else falls off, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a spiraling effect, that's for sure.
It
starts all over next week. So.
You get like a surprise long bed truck.
Yeah. One good thing on the repos, though, I did like about it was most of the time those guys went to Odessa. Most of them went to Odessa and things of that nature, or the dealership, and they would let us do like night drops at the dealership because nobody really gave a crap. And then, or Odessa's 24/7 on their drops. So you know you take it on the front end, but on the back end you've got a little bit more leeway. You know.
I agree.
That was one good thing about the repos to a certain extent. But I noticed that another thing too. A lot of repos are short distance. You know, I mean, we were putting 700-800 miles in, each direction, so we didn't get a whole lot of them. But it was those short ones, like 100 miles, 150 miles, things of that nature. And like you were talking about earlier, I'm surprised they don't use their own tow trucks from the repo yard to go ahead and capitalize on making a little extra money.
Well,
to the lot.
You know what? It's because it doesn't pay enough. And if it doesn't pay the tow yard enough to move it, it certainly isn't going to pay a transporter enough.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and they get storage for the thing being there. So, and I think a lot of times they know that if you don't pick it up, they don't care if it's 3 more days.
That's right. They don't want it to move.
In their pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to what? It brings us back to that.
Oh, a scam.
It's a scam.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about making money. I mean,
right.
Everybody.
Now that's interesting, isn't it? Well, why do you think there's internet scammers? Because they're making. Well, I don't know what they're making, and I don't want to get on into scammers. But I mean, it's right. This topic makes me crazy. It's made us crazy in the past. It's made me crazy this week. I'm done with it. I wish I could stop seeing these cars. It's like a magic trick, right?
Yeah. Well, and we've learned over the years too. Things cycle. The repo thing's hot right now. It'll cycle out. You'll get the new cars coming out. They'll cycle in. Everything has cycles. This business has 3 or 4 different cycles to it. It even has a slow period. It has its hot period. The locations have hot periods and streaks and stuff. It's just right now the repos, they're just popping up left and right. And it's probably because a lot of the towing companies are saying, hey, this is not worth our damn time. Insurance and all those different things, so.
Well, and I guess this shows partly for me because I got to get it through my thick skull that this is not a vehicle that's trying to get transported. That it's a magic trick. I need to skip it. I need to go back to the contract dealer cars where they don't pay near enough, but they say they move it that way all day. I just need to go back to that stuff. I need to.
That's exactly right.
Quit,
it's hard to pass up 700 for 400, but 400 would have you down the road for more capacity. So then you're able to get where you need to go and open back up an up spot. Is it worth it? That's probably a big swing, $300, but just say 150 more. If it's 550 to 400. And you're thinking, well, I'll make a little extra. In all reality, you're really losing when it's all said and done, know. And most of the time, those things, they're marked up a little bit higher because everybody knows that this is a pain in the ass. Everybody knows. It's not like all of a sudden they wake up and go, oh, yeah, I just learned this yesterday that this is a pain in the ass. I mean, everybody knows what it is. Yeah, so.
So what I need to do is, and maybe this is what this is all about. Next time I go to book a repo car, I need to just remember that I made this show and get back in the time capsule, watch my show, and then move on. And if anybody knows a dispatcher or car hauler that's thinking of jumping into this stupid scam, just send them this video. Dude, it's a scam. What are you thinking? Are you dumb? Are you trying to go out of business? Are you trying to, get yelled at? Just don't do it, man. Skip it.
I'm going to ship you a hammer. You put it on your desk, and every time you put in a repo, you just smash your hammer.
That's awesome, man. The auto transport Intel repo hammer.
There you go.
You're so that is such a great idea. Will somebody please make the hammer? Oh my gosh. I love that.
You better start checking your mailbox now.
The repo hammer. It's awesome.
I don't know what else I can add to the repo thing.
No, this is.
I think you covered just about everything.
We did. No.
It's just a nightmare.
It is.
Everything has its things like that, like Copart and IA. They can be nightmares too. It's just you gotta know what you want to put up with.
You know what? I think we can put this puppy to bed. I mean, you nailed it with the hammer. How about that for a pun?
There you go.
No, you did, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Next time I see you, your hands be all swollen.
Oh man.
Before I jump off here, man. Hey, I need a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
To my buddy Jay, it's for his birthday. Give him a shout out.
Oh man, thanks, dude.
No problem. All right.
Yeah, man. Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See you, Don. Take care. All right, bye. Oh man, yeah, super cool, man. So as I wrap it up here, today is my birthday, and so I wanted to do, it's Tuesday, had to do the show, want to do the show, I'm all in on Auto Transport Intel, And I mean, everything we just talked about, I mean, it's not a stage play. I mean, Repo makes me crazy. And the topic that I don't, what's happening is this content is coming out of something happens and it makes me create the show. So if you have a topic that you think I should talk about, whatever it is, maybe I've already covered it, and maybe it's an extension of a topic, or whatever it is, or we revisit something, or we do a follow-up interview, or we talk to another carrier compliance company, or if you're an insurance company, or whatever it is, let me know, and I'll have you on the show Tuesday nights live, or we can do an interview. And if you know of, maybe you know an expert or something. I've had a lot of great conversations lately, and it's only picking up, and there's more and more people finding out about the channel. So become a part of it. Tell somebody that needs to know about it. You can find me on the Facebook page, Auto Transport Intel on Facebook, and you know that I've got the blog site, autotransportintel.com, on the blog site. And what that is, those are blog pages and blog posts. I make blog posts out of most of the videos to help provide, supporting information. It also helps with the search engines. I'm big on that. No secret there. And then there's also the Instagram page where I do kind of short videos for the show. I now have a Twitch account. I set up a Patreon account. And I want to start doing some dual live streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. That's kind of the future, but I really want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. You got asked to move some airplanes today. I believe it. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, the Repo hammer. That is incredible. So I'm going to wrap this up. This is a short show for me, which is good because we need to give you guys a break, man. I've been going way too long, but two and a quarter hours, that ain't that short. So listen, if you didn't catch the show live, or if you know of somebody that should watch it on demand, just go to youtube.com/C/Auto-Transport-Intel. Is there anything I didn't address here in the live chat? Let's see, talking about Kool-Aid and yeah, ATA. That's really interesting stuff. So keep sharing the information with me. Please keep doing that. And if you didn't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. Please feel free to share this. Thank you much, Dominic. I appreciate that. Birthdays are certainly an interesting thing. It's an interesting phenomenon that we have here in this life. So anyways, listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm about to start up the car hauler. You know that I'm Jay. You know that this is Tuesday Nights Live. You know this is Auto Transport Intel. I'll be here every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, live, and then also during the week, randomly going live with Car Hauling Dispatcher on Facebook. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And here comes the car hauler. I'm out of here. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go have a cigar. And you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.